What's up, YouTube? I hope everyone's having a great day. Today's topic, I'm just gonna talk about my spiritual perspectives on life, or like where I usually get spiritual information from. And I'm probably gonna send the links to spiritual information down below. So make sure you check out the links I'm gonna send. These specific links are like channels and videos to where I learned my spirituality, to where I learned about like spiritual aspects about this world and why we're here. It comes in all different types. So like you have tarot readings. You have specific channels that talk about different types of alien beings, different types of like entities that live amongst humans, or that live among us, or like that live in different planets. Astral projection, vivid dreams. What else? There's also not even spiritual channels, but like, well, yeah, that too. But like also corruption videos, I guess. I might put it there, but I'm mostly gonna put up channels that really taught me about spirituality, that really taught me about like, it really expanded my mind, really opened my mind. You don't have to believe what I believe in. I'm just sending out these links to these channels, just so like you could like, I guess, have an open mind, or to like come up with your own conclusions in life. And I'm pretty much gonna share those links, so make sure you check it out. And I'm gonna talk about different parts of this world. So let me get started. So people in the spiritual community, right? They talk about, you have certain soul contracts, to where like some people believe that, I personally believe this too, but like some people personally believe that like before incarnating here, before coming down to earth, you signed up for certain experiences, you signed up for different things you want to experience. It could be good and bad. It could be like corrupt situations where like you sign up to go through bullshit and abuse. It may seem fucked up, but I personally believe that. I personally believe I've signed up for certain situations where I had to go through some fucked up shit, but that's my beliefs. Um, you also sign up for like, again, experiencing certain situations, good and bad, before coming down here. The whole purpose of why, before you're coming down here to earth as a human form, the reason why you sign up for certain soul contracts is so like you could level up spiritually, become more evolved as a soul, and you can learn a lot of different shit. Now, me personally, I didn't make this up on my own. So this knowledge isn't coming from me specifically. I got these from other people in the spiritual community, and me personally, I really resonate with it. Usually what I'll do is I watch a lot of spiritual channels, right? And then I'll put two and two together. I'll come up with my own conclusion. I'll come up with my own opinions. I'll come up with my own analysis. And I'll come up with my own theory on why the world it is the way it is, on why the world is set up the way it is, you know? That's my theory. I mean, and that's how I look at shit. So who knows, maybe I might do the same thing, but yeah, but before you come down here, I personally believe you sign up for, or yeah, you sign up, or you want to experience certain shit, good and bad, so your soul could evolve, so your soul could grow, so your soul can learn a lot of different things. And people in the spiritual community also say that like, one of the reasons why we have to go through some hardships or some abusive situations is so we could clear out a lot of past karma from other past lives and shit. Me personally, I believe that. I personally do believe that like, you have to go through. I personally believe that in your past lives, because first off, I believe in reincarnation. I believe Reincarnation is a very real thing. But I also believe that that you do live multiple past lives, right? And then if you've done a lot of bad shit in your past lives, or like if there's a lot of issues in your past life where you feel like you're not proud of, or like you feel like that needs a fix, or if God thinks it needs a fix, then I personally believe you will be reincarnated and you're forced to come back here again, reincarnate as a human form again, and to resolve these issues in your next lifetime, so that way you could clear out any blockages, any past life issues, just clearing out your karma in general. And I feel like that will really set you up to become free as a soul. Now, I didn't make this up. I got these from other people in the spiritual community. I personally believe that. It makes sense to me. It just does. I can't explain it, but it resonates with me. So, you know, and yeah, this is gonna be a long ass video. I'm gonna make parts and series to these types of like topic videos, cause like I have to go in depth on how I feel like everything plays out. But I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. But yeah, what else? I also believe, or not even believe, but like, I personally think that like, no one really talks about, or even studies or comprehends that like, that there could be possible aliens or different beings living amongst us. I mean, look, you have movies like The Fourth Kind, right? Don't know what the movie The Fourth Kind is? Look it up and try to watch it. It's a movie about like an alien abduction, right? I mean, it's just the fact that there's theories about like UFOs, alien abductions, etc. It makes you think sometimes, like, okay, are there different beings living with us? But there's also people in the spiritual community will also talk about like reptilians, demons, people being possessed, all these conspiracy theories, right? Me personally, it could be true. I mean, there's videos and there's knowledge and research out there where like you could type up reptilians, UFO abductions, possessions, certain demonic attacks. And come on, man, like just think about it. I know there's a lot of like fake videos, there's a lot of hoax, this and that, but like you just never know, man. There could be different beings living with us. And there are specific channels that really go into detail and depth on the type of beings that's with us or that's living amongst us that we're dealing with, right? This is why I'm gonna send specific channels to my specific channel links down below my channel, so y'all can like check these videos out for yourself and come up with your own conclusions. There's this channel called Serious Inner Temple, right? I'm gonna spell it out for you. I'm still gonna send the channel link, but search up Serious Inner Temple. He talks about different types of alien beings in our world. He has a lot of knowledge on the corruptions around this world. He knows a lot about demonic alien beings and the good kinds of alien beings, this and that. Let me spell out his name. I'm still gonna send the link down below, but how you spell out his name, his channel's name is SIRIUS inner INNER temple, TEMPLE, Serious Inner Temple. So make sure you check him out. And you think for yourself. There's no right or wrong. Just come up with your own conclusion on what you think is right or wrong. And yeah, so also, people in the spiritual community will also like, they'll talk about how like there's reincarnation traps, right? So what a reincarnation trap is like, let's just say after you pass away from Earth, right? After you leave Earth, after you leave this realm, there's theories that like there's this being called a demiurge or the devil, Satan, or other lower vibrational demonic entities that will force people to reincarnate over and over again against their will. Innocent souls to reincarnate into Earth over and over again. This is where you get your soul contracts from. This is where where people feel like they hate it down here. People experience a lot of fucked up situations. I'm not saying it's true, but supposedly people in the spiritual community say that like sometimes you tend to be like trapped and reincarnated forcefully against your will in the afterlife if you walk into like a fake white light. I can't really explain it, but because I never experienced it, but basically I think it says in the Bible too that when you pass away there could be like a fake white light. Not a fake white light. The Bible says there's a white light and you gotta walk towards that white light. And it makes sense because like imagine you're dying off, right? Imagine you're passing away and then you see that white light. Of course, walk towards it because you're gonna assume it's heaven or Jesus or God or whatever the hell. Just the fact that it's colored white, it's like a white light. And just the fact that shit like this happens, of course you're gonna walk straight to it because you're getting good vibes from it. But not only that, but like before you even come down here, before you see that white light, you're gonna see nothing but darkness, right? So everything's gonna be dark. You're going to be confused because after you passed away, you're gonna have your consciousness back, right? Then you're gonna be aware. You're gonna be confused because you don't know what's going on, and then you see that fake white light, and then you go straight to that fake white light, right? And then bam. The next thing you know, you reincarnated to another human being. So supposedly in the spiritual community, people say that like it's a fake reincarnation trap known as a white light. They'll say don't go to the white light because it'll force you to reincarnate. Me personally, I'm not sure if that's true, but shit, who knows, I mean, shit, but yeah, all this shit's very dark shit, right? So you just really never know like what goes on, but it is what it is. Also, what else I'm gonna say? Also, yeah, so just an overview, right? So in the spiritual community, you have soul contracts, you have forced reincarnation traps, you have different beings, different entities, different aliens living amongst us, controlling human society, forcing it to be very corrupt. Supposedly there's good alien beings and then there's bad alien beings. People in the spiritual community say that like there's different realms. There's a third realm, there's a fourth realm, there's a fifth realm, and it's just ongoing, right? People in the spiritual community talk about astral projection. So like, meaning when you can do this shit consciously, I guess. So when it's like you're faking your body to go to sleep, and then you're still aware. And the next thing you know, you're more aware in the dream state. It's kind of like lucid or vivid dreaming, but like it's more advanced, I guess. And you could go anywhere you want. and supposedly people say that like they'll see different types of like alien beings or like demonic entities or good beings, this and that. So I personally never experienced it, but you just never know. What else? Other people will say that um I'm trying to think of what else I've pretty much heard from the spiritual community. Um uh I'm trying to think. Shit. I can be honest, I'm sorry. I don't feel like making this video. Like I'm so out of it. I don't know why I feel so tired and sluggish. But fuck man. But, I'll probably make a part 2 to this. Um but yeah, let's talk about history, right? Let's talk about human history. So sorry this shit's all over the place, but I'm just talking about whatever comes to my mind. So like throughout human history, right? You you know, just the fact that we had dinosaurs living amongst us. How do you even know if that's even real? I mean, yes, there's fossils and shit, right? But like, think about it. We really had dinosaurs living amongst us. You know how crazy that is? Like, damn, we really had dinosaurs. I wonder what their purpose was. Someone in the spiritual community mentioned that like one of their dinosaurs' purposes was to like eat, protect Earth, and then die. I don't know, I forgot, but just the fact that we had dinosaurs, just the fact that we had like enslavement going on. We had human slaves, bro. You know how crazy that shit is, man? What the fuck, bro? Like all these racist slaves and shit. Like what the fuck? You have all these battles and corruptions in these past histories, right? And it makes you think like, damn, like what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess there's information out there about like human history, here, this and here, but like, how do we even know if it's actually true? You know, the closest history we could get that are actual facts is talking to our grandparents, our great grandmothers, our great grandfathers. I'm talking about, but like the closest thing is like them experiencing World War II. I mean, I think World War II, maybe World War One. Those are the closest informations regarding to human history that we could get a hold of, you know what I'm saying? Because these people actually experienced it. But what I'm also saying is that like yeah, just the fact that we really don't have the answers for human history. Like, oh, there's this thing called, I forgot what it's called, the Library of Alexandria, I think what's it called, supposedly like a library gotten burned down by the government or some shit. The burning of Alexandria, the Library of Alexandria, whatever, supposedly added a lot of knowledge to human history on what happened, this and that, right? Some people may say the Anunnaki was real. There's Egypt. There's a lot of advanced shit going on in our past human histories. It is what it is, you know. You just never know, you know what I'm saying? But it's whatever. Also, have you guys ever thought about like how, as human beings, how come we never have access to our past lives? How come we don't have the knowledge? I mean, there've been reports of like supposedly some people that were born, they immediately know their past life history, or like they immediately know where they died or where they from. You could watch videos, and there's actually been proof and facts where like certain people remembered how they died, or like how they died off, right? And it makes you think like, it really does make you think like, damn, did that shit really happen? Or like, how do these people even know? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's crazy. So, but again, I don't know if it's true or not, but it is what it is. Um, Damn, I'm looking at the moon right now, and it's color red. That shit looks beautiful. Let me see if I can show you guys. You know, can I zoom? No, I can't zoom. Hang on. Nah, fuck it. But hang on. The trees are blocking it. Fuck it. I was gonna show y'all, but the trees are blocking it. But yeah, but like, there've been reports of people claiming that they reincarnated or that they lived multiple past lives, this and that, and it makes you wonder, like, holy shit, like, how do these people even have these types of access to their past lives memory? You know what I'm saying? Some people in the spiritual community may say, like, it's because of the injections of the hospitals. Like, when you're born without injections from the hospital, then you go automatically remember your past life histories, how you reincarnated, this and that, right? But the thing is, supposedly there's an agenda where like the government wants to give people these these vaccinated shots or these ejection shots. Because you know how babies are born, they get their shots. I'm not saying it's true or not, but supposedly people in the spiritual community say that the reason why these people get their shots is so a lot of people won't remember their past life history or like their past lives, and because when you're born without these shots, supposedly your third eye is activated, so that's how you have access to like your past lives and all that shit. So supposedly you're using like most of your brain percentage. You're using like 90 to 99% of your brain. Supposedly, there's this, I think a scientist or there's been sayings that like as human beings we only use 3% of our. People may say that we only use like 3% of our brain of our brain, um, our brain power pretty much. We only use like 3% of our brain power, right? And that really makes you think like, damn, imagine we unlocked the other 97% of our brain power. We'll be unstoppable. We'll be smart. But supposedly people in the spiritual community will say like that's one of the reasons why the doctors will give us ejection shots or like these vaccines shots when you're born. I'm not saying it's true, but it's a thing to look at or think about, I guess. Who knows? He does go to more into depth, but I can't really remember what he says. So, yeah. Also, um, hmm. Oh yeah, but and also supposedly, I'm not saying it's true or not, but supposedly people in the spiritual community say that like people that remember their past life history, these same people actually didn't have any type of shots while they were born, right? They didn't have any type of shots when they weren't born in hospitals. They were born like they were giving birth to their homes or like to other areas besides the hospital. And I guess that's how they remember their past life history. Me personally, I used to believe that, but I'm like, nah, there has to be some other reason because you see other people, right? Okay, so what about third world countries? What about other parts of the world where like most likely they don't even get shots from the hospital, right? What about these people? Do these people remember their past lives? Do these people remember how they reincarnated here? I mean, there's been no reports. If that's the case, then I'm sure there'll be a lot of reports of people remembering their past lives, but I guess we never heard about those, so it makes you think, like, is it actually true or false? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Um, what else? People will also say that, yeah, but just overall, right? Just the fact that we don't have access or we don't have knowledge to our past life histories, our how we died in past lives, how we reincarnated. Um, just the fact that some human beings are naturally more psychic than other human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the fact that some human beings can see different types of spirits, different types of ghosts, different types of entities, right? And then proven some people are really psychic. Just the fact that some human beings are born psychic, right? It does make you wonder, like, hmm, is it possible that maybe God or the Creator is giving certain people certain knowledge, certain wisdom, or certain abilities so they can navigate in certain lifetimes? Who knows? You know, again, just the fact that, like, again, supposedly as human beings, we barely use our brain percentage power, right? Now imagine we use like the rest of 99%. Human beings only use like 3% of their brain power. Who knows, man? Like, who really knows? You just never know. Yeah, but again, it just makes no sense how, like, we as human beings, we really don't know what's going on around our history. We really don't know. Yes, there's videos, there's ancient artifacts, I guess, that we can't even decode. There's people that talk about certain theories. There's videos. You know, you go to history, there's history, school teach about history, there's history books. But at the same time, how do we know if it's even real? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been videos in the spiritual community where you have conspiracy theorists saying that, like, certain parts in history didn't really take place like that. Like, for example, Noah's Ark. Like, how do we even know if that's even real or not? Well, that's not even history. That's more so like the Bible kind of thing. I'm not saying it's false or true. I'm just saying, like, I'm just use it as an example where, like, some people believe in it, some people don't. Some people try to decode it. Same thing with slavery too. Like, I forgot what's called, the transatlantic slave trade, where, like, some conspiracy theorists or some people in the spiritual community were saying, like, shit like that actually never happened because it would be impossible. And I was watching it, and, like, it kind of made sense. I don't remember fully, but, like, the guy, he did mention that, like, in an Atlantic slave trade, right? Like, how you gonna fit all these slaves in a specific boat or in a specific ship, right? And it's like you have so many of these slaves in these boats, right? So since they're overpopulated, why can't they just gang up and kill and destroy these people enslaving them? Because they have, like, what, like, they have very few people enslaving the slaves, and there's a lot of slaves. So, like, how were they even managed to get them on a boat in the first place? And not only that, but, like, there's going to be a lot of diseases, a lot of sickness, a lot of bacteria. Just the fact that they're all living together in a boat, and, like, for weeks, days, and what if they, like, urinate? What if they, like, shit and piss themselves or on the floor? How they're going to clean all that shit up? You're going to have all these, like, feces, these fecal matter, all this human waste spreading around the whole boat, spreading around the whole ship, and it's gonna cause you to become sick because you're gonna have all these diseases. What about the food? You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have enough food, so, like, they're slowly starving. And, like, this guy, he made a great point on the Atlantic slave trade. Like, supposedly these slaves were here for business, so they're trading slaves, I guess. And he's talking about, like, as a businessman, you want your product to be high quality as possible, right? So why the fuck? There's barely enough food. They're probably sick from all these weeks and days living on the ship. So, like, it makes no sense. So that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, how do we know what actually happened in human history or not? You know what I'm saying? I feel like the more you think about it, it's very interesting how, like, we don't have the answers to what the fuck is actually going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, leading up to this point, I understand there's wars, battles, conflicts, this and that. But, like, think about it. How the fuck how do we even end up in this position in the first place? Who invented money? Who created money? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did all this shit happen? It's very crazy. It's very insane. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It just makes you think. This channel is kind of random, but I'm just more so, like, just speaking on my thoughts about anything in life. It's about spiritual concepts, theories, conspiracy theories, this and that. And this video, I'm just giving you guys a overview of, like, to kind of think for yourself, to come up with your own conclusion, you know. But Yeah, it is what it is, man. I wonder how life is in the afterlife. I wonder if there even is an afterlife. You know what I'm saying? Like after you die, it's just like damn. Like now you become a spirit, and now you see other spirits and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a human no more. So that's pretty crazy. Also, like, is God real? Is God not real? You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. Um, you hear theories, people saying guardian angels. Is the Bible real? You know what I'm saying? Is the Bible fully 100% correct, or is it correct, or is it only spitting out half truths and half lies? Some people say the Bible is manipulated. Who knows? Um, and yeah, like, who invented money? How do we even live in a society where like got to rely on money? How was life like when people were trading certain shit? You know what I'm saying? Like before money, people were trading goods and items. I imagine just how violent life used to be, bro. Like people used to like live outside. People didn't rely on money or anything. They they had little to few clothing. Our ancestors had to hunt animals and shit, right? Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Like during the Ice Age era, or like the dinosaur era, or just any eras, like way back then, where like people had less equipment, people had less stuff to protect themselves. I guess you know what I'm saying. Even like during World War I and II, like you look at these soldiers all around like the countries and shit, and you can see how like damn compared to today's military, they don't have as much equipment, as much armor, as much advanced weaponry, you know what I'm saying, to protect themselves, you know? And it makes you think, like, damn, I feel like back then it was a lot more violent, a lot more harder and challenging, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, like, if you see the type of equipment and shit they had to go to war with, like, it's insane, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, you know? Even, like, way back then, I don't know if it's true or not, but you see how, like, certain military troops will fight each other, right? Like they had no shields, they had no type of protection, they had no body armor. I can't explain it, but you know how they had like the little long ass rifles and shit, and they're all in formation. They all had to shoot at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And they're on the button. Both of them were like across from each other too. What the fuck, man? Annoying ass bug, bro. But this shit is so annoying. It's throwing me off. But yeah, but like you see how the people back in the military, like they had no armor, and like they'll shoot weapons, you know, like they'll take like everyone will make sure they'll shoot at the same time. They'll get on a prone position, or like or either that, or they get on their knees and they'll all shoot at the same time, followed by their orders, and like they're all across from each other, just taking turns shooting. They got to reload. Like, you know how crazy that is? Like the type of shit you see in movies. I don't know if that actually took place, but like shit like that. Or like supposedly back then people used to fight with swords and shields and shit, like the medieval era, you know what I'm saying? Like they used swords and axes and shit and bow and arrows. I'm thinking like, what the fuck? They use knives. Like, you know how crazy and fucking scary, psychopathic, and insane that is? You know what I'm saying? Like I will never do some shit like that, you know, but who knows? Some people had no choice but to fight with their swords and shit, right? They had no rifles or anything, so that's crazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, human history is very violent and unpleasant, man. I don't know how life was back then, and I personally don't want to know. I don't want to. I do want to know, but like, what I'm saying is, I never want to live in it or participate in it. You know, God knows what these people had to experience living in these past timelines. You know what I'm saying? It's awful. It really is, but again, this is a random video. It's just topics about random shit. Um, I swear to God, I feel like I'm like a philosopher, bro. I be questioning a lot of random shit, but yeah, you know, you just never know what goes on in this world. So you know, you just never know. There's a lot of shit that took place that we need answers. There has to be a reason why God doesn't give us certain answers we need. Like God can't just talk to us. Like, does God just expect us to like research and find answers and figure shit out for our own? Like, why can't God just talk to us, or like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's pretty much it. I'm kind of all over the place, but yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. I know it's kind of a weird video, but it is what it is. Comment your thoughts down below, and I'm out. Peace.